Welcome to the second edition of Dolly Digest ahead of the 2024-25 Pitching In Northern Premier League Premier Division campaign. My name is Craig Thompson. Today we'll feature Lancaster City news from the week just gone, along with some transfer news in the NPL. The graphic containing our pre-season friendlies is getting filled in addition to our visit to the Isle of Man's Summer Festival of Football, where we'll play both NPL champions Radcliffe and Vanarama National League North Chester. We return to Shawbridge and 𝗕𝗹𝗹𝘆 for a second season in succession. This time on Tuesday the 30th of July for a 7:45pm kickoff. Hopefully the weather will be a little better than it was last season when Brad Carroll, Charlie Bailey and Jake Conley scored the goals in a 3-2 victory, and I got soaked. AFC Fylde are the visitors to the Giant Axe on Friday the 5th of July. We're quite familiar with Chris Beech's side now, having played them 2 years ago in a pre-season friendly at Mill Farm, and we eliminated the Coasters from last season's Lancashire FA Trophy with 2 goals from Paul Jarvis. Discussions continue with Fuse Sports as relates to our new kits for the 2024-25 campaign. There's been input from our chairman, directors, manager Chris Wilcock and Fuse Sport themselves, so it's a real collaborative effort. As anybody who has been involved in producing kits before will know, it's a very back and forth process. There will be more on our new kits in the coming weeks. This week, the non-league data account on X, or Twitter for more traditional users, posted the teams in the NPL Premier Division facing the most travel this season. As you'd expect, it's the sides in the far reaches of the map who feature. Workington travelled 6,110 miles during the course of the season, Morpeth 5,794, and relegated Blythe Spartans are on the road for 5,651 miles. The Dolly Blues faced 3,987 miles of travel this season. Our longest trip is away to 𝗕𝙂∞ United. The shortest, as you'd expect, is to Bamber Bridge. A couple of experienced defenders have moved to Matlock in Sean Brisley, over 350 Football League games under his belt, and Conor O'Grady, who joins from Stalybridge Celtic after a spell at Buxton. New manager Nicky Law has also kept hold of club captain John Johnston and striker Liam Hardy for the upcoming season. Josh Ashman is in from Guiseley, and George Milner has moved across to the Gladiators from Ashton United. Goalkeeper Saul Deeney has swapped between the sticks at Matlock for an assistant manager role under his former boss Martin Carruthers at 𝗕𝙂ford United. 𝗕𝙂ford, who finished 18th on the ladder last season, were one place above the relegation line. Deeney replaces Danny Holmes. Morpeth have been busy. They've retained captain Jeff Henderson and Josh King, alongside bringing in defender Nathan Buddle from Ashington and John Hickey following his departure from Blythe Spartans. The Highwaymen have confirmed that long-serving defender Michael Turner has left the club after failing to agree terms on a new deal. He made over 300 appearances for Morpeth over the years. Also at Craig Park this season, expect to see Ryan Woonwell once again. We know all about him following a hat-trick against the Dolly Blues a couple of years ago. Rhys Evans, another with Blythe Spartan connections, and 6'7" goalkeeper Dan Langley, last on the books at Scunthorpe. Mark Duffy has been named the new manager at Warrington Rylands. It's a move that was fairly expected after Duffy ended the season on the playing staff at 𝗕𝗄cy Lane. He was brought in by Michael Clegg in February of this calendar year, having been Macclesfield manager earlier in the season, a role that Clegg himself would land just shortly after signing Duffy. Speaking of Macclesfield, they've begun the rebuilding process for a tilt at the title next season with Justin Johnson from National League North Chorley. Some key players have left their clubs, including Hyde United captain Bradley Roscoe as he joins NPL champions Radcliffe. Whitby Town skipper Daniel Rowe is off to Spennymoor Town, and Warrington Ryland striker Mo Torre is now a free agent on the radar of several National League North and NPL sides. He's pictured here alongside Michael Clegg. Don't read anything into that. Bamber Bridge have had manager Jamie Milligan sign an extension to the end of the 24-25 season. Finishing 16th on 47 points from 40 games during this campaign, Milligan will be looking for an improvement after being beaten playoff finalists just the season before. Do expect some player news from the Dolly Blues in the coming weeks, as will be featured here on Dolly Digest. Manager Chris Wilcock and his team are working hard to maintain as many of the players we currently have before bringing in some new faces. Next week, I'll take a look at some of the new sides in our division, the likes of Hebburn, Stockton, Leek Town and Prescott Cables. That's all from me. Enjoy your weekend.